He's dead.
Season's greetings, you tappers. This is Jack Ow's Ghost, and this holiday season we're playing an absolute gem of a mission, a very Thiefy Christmas special. One of the best titles for a fan mission, and one of the very best fan missions out there. This one has a briefing, and I'm very excited to just get right into it, so let's holly up our jollies and remember that the reason for the season is thieving. The slogan needs some work, I agree. Here we go.
"'Twas the first night of Christmas. Yes, Christmas, I said. And Garrett was sleeping, passed out in his bed, where tucked in a whimsical corner of town, the first flakes of snow were just now falling down. Our story begins on this cold winter's eve. It's a tale of our Garrett you may not believe. In this burrow abuzz with holiday business, where we find our thief weary this first night of Christmas. He slept at a tavern where Basso did work, and where Garrett was hoping to murder the jerk. For while playing poker, a bet they did make, which Basso the boxman had won for Pete's sake. A simple job is now planned for this evening, because Basso and Jen are for just one night leaving. And now, alas, we will wake our drunk sleeper, for Garrett must pay as the tavern's new keeper.
We gotta complete a list of chores for Basso, hire a cook, get some spiced wine, get a star ornament for the Christmas tree, find a valuable locket, and I shouldn't knock anyone out because it's Christmas, and I shouldn't kill anyone because it's Christmas, and when all that's done, get back to bed. Classic Christmas. So we wake up in our room and we read this note which has our chores. I woke up in Basso's Inn with a headache, a dry mouth, and a list of errands. It feels like I got home alone, except I'm the burglar and the traps are responsibilities. One of the chores is to get the boxes from the attic. Just toss them over on this side. Here we'll find the first fruitcake. There is a patron who has passed out in the common area. Take him back to his room. And when you throw him in his bed, you get a special loot item. There are 4 good deeds that you can do in this mission that will reward you with a similar Christmas present loot item. And now we're gonna head into the bathroom. If Santa saw this, he'd put Basso on a whole new naughty list. I'm actually surprised that worked without needing holy water. I don't get paid enough for this. Actually, I don't get paid at all. Back into the attic for box number 2. And here is the recipe for the hangover cure. Some people wake up to stockings by the fire. I wake up to ingredient hunts for a cauldron of suffering. Castor oil, garlic, the plumsy. Plumsy's all gone. And then the hair of the dog. And that gets us the hangover cure. But I'm not actually going to take that right now because I want my health bar to remain where it's at, and I will show you why later. Go back to the attic and we'll grab our 3rd and final box, and I believe that's all of the chores that we needed to accomplish here. Ah, this Scrooge type doesn't want to pay his employees. What a bastard. I hope he gets visited by 3 ghosts tonight. And if I know the ghosts in this game, they'll kill him. We hope. And this is where we will hire the cook.
Not a creature was stirring on this side of town, or even the factories made barely a sound. It seemed hardly the place to be seeking a cook, but Garrett knew this was the right place to look. The widow Weatherly arrived at her door, having lost her late husband the Christmas before, and Garrett could see through the firelight glow that 4 hopeful stockings were hung in a row. Her hope had grown thin on this cold winter's eve, but the widow was saved in her hour of need, for Garrett, while shifting the burden he carried, ensured that her family's Christmas was merry.
There are 4 empty stockings that we are able to fill with some items found throughout this mission. But first, back here, we'll find another fruitcake. There are 10 fruitcakes to collect in this mission. If you collect all 10, you get indigestion. I'm going to jump up here. And then here. Now we'll find some loot down here. And then this guy kept glitching out. He's running into the door, so I have to open the door for him. And then I can steal his arrows.
What's that?
Drop down.
I better cut back on all this overtime.
Off to the side of the church are some coins. Then we'll go inside.
On his way to find Tim, our hero was stopped by the old choir leader who'd been watching the clock. Tim, it would seem, hadn't shown up to sing, so he hadn't our Christmas tree star to bring. It seems for some time Tiny Tim had been sickly, and she thought that someone should check on him quickly. So she pleaded with Garrett to find Tiny Tim, and gave him a key to let himself in.
So now we get Tiny Tim's key. That'll come in handy later. We'll grab some gold candlesticks, a couple scattered coins, and then there's one more hidden behind the altar. Now we're going to go upstairs. Grab this key to the bell tower. And then we'll go up this ladder. Gold goblet. And up here is a very well hidden piece of loot. Gold stack. And then out on this rooftop, another fruitcake. Here we'll grab a statuette and a flute. This is one of the stocking stuffer items. Through this gate are some more coins. Just sneak behind this guard and grab this spice bag.
Guess it's nothing now.
Loot down here and find a well-hidden purse. Then, wait for that guy to move, and then we can jump onto this ledge. And that can get us onto these rooftops. We're going to go through this window in a moment, but first let's grab this well-hidden fruitcake. A cursed relic from the precursor age, or just a really bad dessert? Hard to tell. And down here, if I'm quick enough, I can grab this hand mirror. That's another stocking stuffer item. That's 2 out of 4. And just go down, and this is the jewelry store. And we can get a lot of loot in here. And we'll just grab the key to the front door. And then we can just drop that here. There's a guard on patrol out here somewhere. There we go. He's got a purse. Take that. Then we can just run off this way. And over here you can hear someone singing Silent Night. And then there's an archer, some arrows. Wait for her to pass. Take them. It's snowing, you're out Christmas caroling, and suddenly a rogue dressed in black lands on your stupid head. Hey, a fruitcake! Terrific. This lady has a purse on her, and then we're just gonna rope up to this ledge to find a gold goblet and another fruitcake. Just drop back down carefully. And now we're going to go into the bookstore where we can grab our third stocking stuffer item. Alright, well, there's more loot in here. But the important thing is we can grab a case of spiced wine as well as a keg of strong ale. Oh, we can dodge this lady by going up here. Slip around.
Looks like it's peaceful again.
Now we're going to go up into this bell tower.
You've got to be kidding me.
Find another fruitcake up here, and up on top of the bell, find yet another hidden piece of loot. I'm stealing from mice now. Really hitting rock bottom for the holidays. Down. Now we're headed over here. We'll just shoot a rope arrow. It seems funny to me that nobody seems to mind me using my bow and arrow out here. And we have the Harry Potter room. A couple crystal shards, and then we'll hop over to this balcony. Find a secret way into the courthouse. And we'll find another fruitcake behind this spider. pretty easy to slip past. You can hear the Grinch theme playing. It's pretty clever. And we'll grab this loot, and we'll grab this key. And then we'll open the front door, just so I can grab this purse from the guy. And then we're out.
Who's there?
Whoa.
Speak up. Hello?
Didn't see those guys.
Anyone there?
They didn't see me, apparently. Alright, well, if you jump over to this side, you can crawl through this window. Eventually. And then you read this note. And underneath it is a letter. So we'll keep that in mind. We're going to rope up to this high window. Forget our arrow. Then we'll jump out this way. And through this window, there's a room with a lot of loot. Kind of a funny readable. We're going to go through the vent, and that's going to take us to the City Watch Station. We can crawl through this window, grab these glasses, and you'll see a lot of references to other Christmas movies and
I thought I
such.
saw something.
First, I'm going to swing around to find the guard that has 2 pickpockets, a purse, and arrows. And then I'm going to go into the barracks. And this sleeping archer was difficult to pickpocket. It was very inconsistent when she would relinquish her arrows or not, so this part actually took multiple saves-coming attempts to get right. Another fruitcake. We're gonna go out this window. And up here we find Dewdrop in a room full of occult decorations, because of course we do. It's not a proper holiday without emotional damage. Now the Dewdrop doll is actually the 4th of 4 stocking stuffers, so that's all we need for that. Now we're heading into the City Watch Station. Now we find a letter to Benny. If you head downstairs, you can find some gold dice, and you can hide over here and leave the keg of strong ale here. And then everybody comes out to party. Grab these arrows while we can. Gave the City Watch a barrel of beer, and they immediately stopped guarding anything, so business as usual, really. From what I understand, it doesn't take much to get cops to fail at their jobs. You know the mission's going well when the City Watch is tipsy and vibing to Vince Guaraldi. Now we're going to head back into the village. And we're going to find a hole in the ice. We're going to find another fruitcake here. But if you keep heading forward, you'll end up at the sewer grate. Find this key to the pump station. Just unlock that door for now. And then we'll go through this vent. Apparently that's a reference of some kind. And there's our locket.
The locket was found in a frozen old gutter, among flotsam and jetsam and even more clutter, when what to his wondering eyes did appear but the little lost Liesl, just barely 9 years. Her aunt had been searching, her hope growing thin, of ever finding her Liesl again, and though thoughts of reward were foremost in his head, Garrett knew he should put little Liesl to bed.
So now we just have to carry Liesl to her aunt's house, which is up here. I gotta pick the lock on this door, which means I have to throw this child into the snow, because that's how you handle children. I mean, it's not my freaking kid. Kind of close this door, give myself some space to go around. And we're gonna take Liesl up to her bedroom.
Under that snowy and wintry gloom, he tiptoed the stairs to the child's new room, and got Liesl all nestled and snug in her bed, where visions of family danced in her head. She'd wake in the morn no longer alone, and know in her heart she was finally home.
So now that we've returned the child, let's go ahead and just steal a whole bunch of stuff from these people. And this is the note that tells us about Liesl. Downstairs we can find some more loot, some decorative plates. Now we're gonna head back to the cook's house. And now we're gonna head back to the chef's house. Since we have all the presents, start stuffing these stockings. And then the flute. And get another present. We've stolen valuables all night, but sure, let's play Santa for 4 kids. The keepers taught me that balance is important.
False alarm, I guess.
Guess it was nothing.
I think this is the apothecary or whatever. And this is a very funny readable about someone's immaculate conception. For now, we're going to rope up to this window. And that's going to get us onto these pipes.
Probably just some.
Which will get us down this chimney, where we will find Santa Claus and some loot. I'm more excited about the loot. Apparently this is some kind of reference I don't actually get. Here's a key to the door. Drop that. And over here we'll use Tiny Tim's key on this door. Pick up some loot. And through here we find Tiny Tim.
The corpse of the corpulent caroler was cast among Christmas cakes and candies, alas. A fruitcake was lying on top of his bed. He'd tasted the thing, and now he was dead. In a quandary, Garrett wondered how far he might have to go to recover that star. When outside the room there arose such a clatter, he turned with a start to see what was the matter. 'Twas just round the corner that Garrett saw him, and he knew in a moment that this must be Tim. A more jovial spectre you never would see. Even dying had not seemed to dampen his glee. But Tim had one last special Christmas request before he could finally go on to his rest. Though a lover of candies and cakes and the like, those nasty old fruitcakes just filled him with spite. Every year those confections were making the rounds, and he wanted them someplace they'd never be found. With his droll little mouth drawn up like a bow, he said we must help him to vanquish this foe. Tim would happily give us the star in return, if all of those fruitcakes we managed to burn.
The fruitcake killed him. Let that be a lesson. So the new objective is to destroy some fruitcake. We can do that down here. First, we will put this letter in the mailbox, and that gets us another Christmas present. So there's some sort of crevasse in the basement. Let's go check it out. Right around this statue is a statuette. And this is where you can destroy fruitcake. That song means it worked. And if you drop 5 of these in here, you'll get the Christmas star. And if you drop the remaining 5 down here, this happens. The power of Christmas compels thee. And we get another Christmas present. So we'll grab the Christmas star, take one last look at all the Christmas gibberish, and then we're heading out. 5 fruitcakes destroyed, Christmas saved. 10 fruitcakes destroyed, Christmas perfected. Over here, we'll grab this guy's arrows. Come on, get up the stair.
Looks like nothing.
Now, if you see over here, the ice garden door is open. And now we can just go down these stairs for a long time. And this chest has a very cool loot item. Approach to have the healing of the white tree bestowed upon thee. So if you get close, it heals us. And now we have full health again. And on top is a crystal. And I think there's 3 more on the ground out here. There's one, the second one, and the final one. Let's get out of here. We're heading back to the town square with the Christmas tree. And you can see this lady over here is high as balls. Oh, she's definitely having a Merry Christmas. Now you can see all the art in this building has Christmas trees with stars on them. And if you go out to this ledge, you can shoot a rope arrow up here. Get our Christmas star ready. And then you put that on there. And congratulations, you just saved Christmas. Now we're going to head back to the inn. And we're going to place the spiced wine out here. And now this place is hopping. So let's go back to bed. And here we find a bow and a letter. Try not to shoot your other eye out. That's a little insensitive, Basso. And then we just frob the bed, and that's the end of the mission.
Our tale, it seems, has come to an end, as Garrett returns to his bed once again. Content now at last his debt had been paid, he fell fast asleep in the bed where he laid. And he dreamt not of gold or more treasures to take, but of stockings and lockets and candies and cakes. And he thought to himself as he dropped out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and a taffing good night.
That is such a fantastic mission, and we did it in just over 28 minutes. We got all the loot. I wasn't able to find the 11th pickpocket. I don't think it actually exists, but I'm not 100% sure. But we got everything else. That is a baller of a mission. There's so much going on. There's bonus objectives and new objectives and hidden objectives. You can collect 10 fruitcakes, or actually 11. You can collect all 4 of the stocking stuffer items. If you perform the 4 good deeds, you get those extra pieces of loot. There's so much to love here. This is such a good mission with a perfectly sized map with a lot going on, but nothing that makes it infuriating. I love this mission, an absolute 10 out of 10, and I hope you'll like and subscribe and comment. This is Jackow's Ghost, and let me just say, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
He's dead. Let's head back now.